the method that I use to learn and improve my English. Yes, I'm going to share with you that how I learn English, how I improve my English. So I'm going to tell you three most important topic that is going to help you so much if you want to learn English and if you are starting your journey to be fluent in English. So without wasting time, number one is start thinking in English. When we start thinking in English, we don't take much time. That's why thinking in English is so important. If you don't know how to start thinking in English, then think a single word in your mind. For example, that a door. You can say product or stuff that you see in English. When you get used to it, thinking just a word, start thinking in sentence. For example, how can I get this? Wow, this is really amazing. Oh, where did you get this? When you start thinking in English, it brings you confidence while speaking because you are not taking time anymore to translating in your head. You have to describe your day. Yes, you can describe your day. For example, I woke up at 6 o'clock in the morning, brush my teeth, I take my breakfast, and I go to school or I go to work. Tip number second is take notes. This is really crucial part. In order to become fluent, we need to learn vocabulary. Imagine that when you are trying to describe your day and you feel like, okay, how should I say this in English? We need to describe ourselves in English while talking to yourself. When you are describing your day, you felt like, okay, I guess you feel lack of vocabulary. We have two kinds of vocabulary. First is active vocabulary and the second is inactive vocabulary. And then let me tell you what is an active vocabulary and what is an inactive vocabulary. You are in a conversation and you can use certain words. For example, wow, this book is really great. This is so amazing. This is so big. She's a tall girl. This is a big wall. So these are common words and these are active words in your head. What is inactive word? Because sometimes we know that word but we cannot use it while having a conversation. But we know that word. For example, you are reading a book and you find a word stunning. Wow, this dress is so stunning. You know that what is the meaning of stunning? But this is inactive vocabulary. It means this is in your mind but you cannot use it while you are talking. Wow, this building is so huge. You know the word huge, but you cannot understand and you cannot tell while having a conversation. In our mind, there are a lot of inactive vocabulary. Now, how we can turn inactive vocabulary to an active vocabulary? Practicing, repeating that. When we use a vocabulary again and again, this becomes a habit and this will convert into an active vocabulary in our head. So practice is so important and here vocabulary is so important, so try to learn new words as much as you can because people makes mistake when it comes to learning vocabulary. People are trying to learn so many vocabulary in a day. For example, they are trying to learn 7 vocabulary, 6 vocabulary just in a day. Well, there's nothing wrong, you can learn, but you cannot use because you will forget them. So yeah, this is also important, trying to learn new vocabulary, but try to use them as well as. Number 3, which is also really important, if you do this, this is like the main part of this video, which is listen and practice. Yes, English is not our native language, so trying to learning any language, we need to listen more. Imagine that how did we learn our vocabulary? How did we learn our native language? It's because of hearing. Our area, our environment is full of our native language and we can hear all the time our native language. And that's why we are able to speak so fluently. In order to learn any language, we need to listen as much as we can. You know, listen English song, watch movies, watch educational videos on YouTube. Do all these things to improve your English and try to mimic them. Try to understand how they are saying the certain words, how they are trying to pronounce that word, how they are trying to pronounce a particular or a certain word. This is going to help you a lot. So try to listen more. When you have time, just listen and listen. And it brings you so much clarity and it just really helps you thinking in English. When you started thinking in English, it's going to help you so much. If you use these 3 methods, you will improve your English, you will be fluent. and you will see a lot improvement in your English. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you will learn something from this video.